Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to do a different kind of video. Not a gaming video, I'm going to do a tutorial video. So, I'm going to show you how to open a Minecraft server, just like all of these ones that I have in the corner right over here. For an example, I'll just open this one. See this? So, after everything I've shown you is done, this is how it should start up. See that? Yeah. So that's how it should be at the end. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to download the installer. Not the installer, the server. So you just have to open your Minecraft launcher, right? You have to go to installations, choose the version that you want. I choose the latest release, click edit, and click the server download button right here. And then it'll automatically put this server.jar. Okay, so the best place to put it is %app date. What is wrong with me? Okay, %app data percent, and then put it into .minecraft because this is where Minecraft keeps everything else. So I like to keep it here. You can keep it somewhere else if you want. Make a new folder and server 69. Okay. Now, you have to put the file into that server. Now you just have to open this file, and nothing will happen because nothing is supposed to happen. If nothing happens, you're good. Okay, so now you have to go to the folder. See, I like to keep a shortcut here actually, because then you can just open that. Now, just go to the server. And so now, when you open that server.jar, it'll spawn these, well, yeah, spawn, I don't know. And the first thing you want to do now is change this to true. And save that by pressing Control S or clicking File and pressing Save. You can't just open this. You need to make a batch file. Your batch file doesn't have to be in the same place as all these other files. I like to just make it somewhere else. So just I like to put it on my desktop. So let's make a new. I guess we can go with text document because we can just change the file extension later. So now you'll want to name it something like server 69, just so you know which server you have. As you can see, I have multiple servers set up. Right, so now you'll open that, and now you'll type, what will you type? I'm just going to copy it from my, I'm just going to copy it. I'll show you what you need to type, okay? So this is what you need to type. Okay, so you need to type cd, then you need to put the folder location of wherever you saved it. So in this case, it's server 69. And then you have to put the Java -xmx. I'll teach you the numbers, but make sure you just put -xmx and -xms and -jar, and then you have to put the file location of the specific file. So I'll change that to 69. Right, so now for these numbers, this is how much RAM you're dedicating to your server. So I'd put that at as high as you can. I mean, if you're playing Minecraft on the same computer, you wouldn't put it like too high. But I have 16 gigabytes, so I could put 8 if I wanted. So you could just change this into 8G and also change this into 8G. So XMS is how much RAM it starts with, and XMX is the maximum amount of RAM that it can use. So just now you can save that. Save. Now, so now you'll want to go to this, to there, and you'll want to, I'm going to show you how to do it in File Explorer. So you'll just have to change this file extension. If you can't see the file extension, by the way, just click View and click File Name Extensions. So you'll have to turn that on, and then you have to change it to .bat. And then it'll say this, and you just say yes. I mean, yeah. And now it should work. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, so it works. It might not work if you don't have enough RAM, but let me just wait for it to create the world. Okay. Hey, I got 8888 milliseconds. That's nice. Okay, so now you do that. So now there's two things you need to do. You need to go to 10.0.0.1. I'm not even sure if there's two things. I just said that. I haven't counted the amount of things you have to do actually. So basically you just have to go into your 10.0.0.1. You have to put that into a browser, and the default username will be admin and the default password will be password. If it isn't, just search up your internet provider and gateway. Mine is Shaw, so. Now, what you want to do is go to advanced and go to port forwarding. Now, for most people, all their port forwarding settings are going to be right here, but Shaw is doing some weird things, so I have to go to a separate website. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to add a port forward. And yeah, for mine, you can just like set it to Minecraft and it'll just set it up for Minecraft. But of course, it's not there for everyone. So I'm not going to do that. So now you'll have to, you probably won't show you which devices you have. So you'll have to put in the IP address of your device, which will start with 10, right? So I'll show you. You have got to go into connected devices and then you have to see all of your devices. As you can see, my IP address for my computer right now is 10.0.0.153, and that IP address is just for my network. That's why I'm able to tell you it without fear of getting DDoSed, right? So now the port number is 25565. You have to put that in and make sure it's TCP/UDP. And it won't let me do this because I already have it assigned. So let me just delete this, please. Thank you for deleting that. Okay, so now I'm going to add it. Now, instead of choosing a device, you'd normally just enter your device's IP address. So I'd put in 10.0.0.153 here. And now you can put in 25565. You can change this in the server.properties file, which I'll show you in a second. But you really shouldn't, because then your users will have to enter something else. So like if you want to change your port, you can use that as like a password or something. But I really recommend against it. So now you just make sure this is TCP/UDP or both. It'll either say TCP/UDP or both. So you click that, right? And then it'll do all of that. Okay, now you just have to, well, you could just stop now if you wanted. You could just give your IP address out to your friends. Like, you could just go to IP chicken and then it'll just be ipchicken.com and it'll show you your IP address. I am going to block all of this out because that's like not good to share. Please don't share your IP address. And I mean, obviously, if you don't want to share your IP address with friends, you can get a domain name. But before I show you how to do that, I'm going to show you how to edit the properties of your server. So now, so let's go into server 69 and as you can see, there's lots of new files that came when I started my server. But let's go into server.properties and as you can see, it opens in this app that I have called Notepad++. So I'll just open it in normal Notepad so that you can because not everyone has that app, right? So these are all of your properties. You can search each of these properties up, but I'll just give you the important ones. For example, game mode survival, allow nether. I don't know why you want to turn that off. Um, enable query. If you have any plugins, like you have a Discord bot that like tells you the status of your server or something, you'll have to turn that to true. Difficulty, let me change that to normal. Spawn monsters true, PvP true. You could change that to false if you want. Player versus player just means that if you change it to false, then people won't be able to hit other people. Hardcore false. Max players is important, and max world size is also important. And don't pay attention to the server IP, just keep it blank. And as you can see, this is where the server port, you can change that if you want, as I said, but so they'll have to enter extra. If you change it to anything other than 25565, your users will have to enter it in when they join. So you don't want to do that. Allow flight false. Sometimes Minecraft will tell you that someone is flying when they aren't, like lots of times when you are like using a horse even, so you might want to change that to true. I'll change it to true right now. True. Level name world. If you want to have different worlds in the same uh folder, you know, then you can put you can change that depending on which world you're using. As you can see, this world folder is my world right now, and I'm really bad at saying the word world. And that's it. Oh yeah, and the MOTD, you really probably want to change that. This is what'll show up under your server name if you do decide to, you know, share it with anybody. Now just save that. And that's basically all that you need to know about the server properties unless you're doing some advanced weird stuff. And now I'm going to show you how to get a domain. Let's go to, I usually just use domain.google.com. So you can just go to domains.google.com. This is like probably the best domain registry. But there is other ways you can do it. You can search up like the kind of thing that you want. Like if you want a .xyz website like I got, then you can search that up. Like a .xyz registrar. Why is this not working? Okay, it finally loaded, right? So you'll want to, if you don't have any domains yet, this is what it's going to look like. There won't be anything here. So you just go to get a new domain and you can like search up anything, right? You can search up poop and then you can see all the ones which are available. As you can see, .com, .net, .org are all taken. .green is $800 per year. But most of these are pretty cheap. Most of them are $17 a year, which is like $1.50 per month. And that's Canadian dollars. So if you're in the US, it might be like 10. And that's really cheap, honestly. You should be making more than $1 a month. So this is like practically you could burn it if you wanted. And now let's say that you did buy one, then you'd go to My Domains, click Manage, and then you'd go to Website Configurations, and then you'd add forwarding, right? Yeah, okay, so you just add a forwarding somewhere here, add a forwarding address, and then you'd forward from you'd add a subdomain like for example dot plays dot xyz, and I don't know why there's two of these. And then you just put your website URL, and in your website URL you just put your IP address. So I'll just put xx.xxx.xxx.xx. So then you just want to forward it to that. Make sure it's your IP address that you got from ipchicken.com. And you'd click forward. And then it says it might take 48 hours for your changes to take effect. It'll probably just take less than that, of course, because it won't, it doesn't take that long. Now, SSL is off. I should really edit that. So in advanced options, now you can set this to permanent redirect if you don't intend on changing it all the time. Now, and I think you should probably forward the path, but it won't be needed. And you should definitely turn SSL on because otherwise it won't work if anyone's using HTTPS. So now after that is done, then you've done pretty much everything. Now you just have to wait for this again. Now, as you can see, it's forwarding from both of these websites, so I can go to one of them. It probably won't work because it hasn't been anything. Oh, it does work. Well, uh, XXX is not a real website, so of course it still doesn't work. But yeah, you can choose two websites. You can choose like two things that it'll forward to. Like, for example, plays.xyz and www.plays.xyz. So now I'm just going to stop this forwarding because it's like there's literally no need, right? So that's all you need to do. After you've done that, you can just share it with your friends. And mc.plays.xyz is already forwarding to this laptop right now. Well, computer. It's forwarding to this computer right now because I set it on the port forwarding, as you can remember. So now you can start your server by double clicking the batch file and just wait for it. As I said, if you don't have enough RAM, you just have to right-click this and click Edit, and then you'll be able to change the RAM right there and right there. I usually keep both of these the same. Now, so now let me see if it works. Okay, let's go to multiplayer and let's go to, yeah, you can see my server. You can see it's set to mc.plays.xyz, right? And it says 0 out of 20, and it says Sean is epic underneath it, which is the MOTD that I showed you in server.properties file. So now you can just join that. If it says it can't authenticate, that's Minecraft's problem, not yours, so don't worry, you just have to wait for a few minutes for Minecraft to fix their site. And as you can see, it is working perfectly now. So I'll just show you one last thing, which is the server icon, which is a really cool way to make your server look better. I literally don't have it on my computer right now, so I will be right back. Okay, as you can see, I have my icon right here, my server icon, which I'm going to use, which looks like this. Yeah, it's really small, but it has to be that way. There's three requirements for your, well, maybe four. Four requirements that your server icon needs to have. One, it has to be, the file has to be a 64 by 64 pixel picture. And two, it has to be a .png. Three, it has to be named server-icon.png. Exactly that name, it has to have that name. And four, it needs to be in your folder. Like, hold on, let me go to server 69 folder. The same folder as your server is. Now, you can just leave it in there and it should work. So let me go to this, disconnect, cancel. And now let me just X this. You can also put stop, you can actually, over here, if you want to, you can put, at the end of here, you can put no GUI, which is no GUI, and save that. And if you do that, then when it opens, it won't have the white window with all of that stuff. As you can see, it's just having the command prompt window right now instead of the extra white window. But I like to have that window as well, so let me edit. There is really nothing wrong with the white window, especially since it lets you see your RAM usage. So now I'll open this and you'll see, it'll launch this white Minecraft server window. And you can see this RAM usage right here, and you can see your ticks. You can also see a list of the players, which is all really helpful, as well as the log and chat. So now let me go back into my Minecraft and go to multiplayer, and why is it the sun? That is not how it should be. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me just start Minecraft again. Now go to multiplayer. As you can see, now it has the server icon right there, so it makes you look really cool, just like Hypixel. you look really cool with this epic server icon, which you can make in like Photoshop or like practically anything you can make it in. So now we can play. You can give your IP to anybody you want. You can give either your IP address or your domain address. For example, mine is mc.plays.xyz. I just showed you how to set that up, so I really shouldn't have to say that. But yeah, you can just give that to your friends and they can join the server. You could also set up a whitelist and a blacklist, which you'll have to enable first in server properties, and then there's separate files that you can just enter someone's username in if you want to keep them out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, thank you guys for watching. I will be playing Minecraft, and unfortunately I don't have any friends, but you hopefully can play it with some friends. And I will see you next time. Do 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 do. Okay, well, yeah, guys. See you guys.